moving around a little bit. So we're going to start with some jumping jacks. I know usually we start with stretching and stuff, but this morning we're going to start trying to move right away. So find a little bit of space where you can do some jumping jacks. And we're going to do 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Ready, set. Also, if you can't jump where you're at, you can just like do little step moves where you're like stepping out, stepping in. And if you can't see me, let me know. I feel like maybe I am a little bit too much floor, not enough Chardy. Okay, ready, set, go. 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Ten more seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go straight into a forward plank. So on your forearms if you want to, on your hands if you want to. We're just going to go straight into a plank hold for 30 seconds. Ten more seconds, and then we're going to rotate onto our side. 3, 2, 1. You can rotate onto that side for a side plank. And if you're on your left side, for example, if you want to drop that left knee down, you can, especially as we're just getting warm here. Ten more seconds, and then you guessed it, we're going to switch over to the other side. 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. And so again, if you want to prop that knee down, that's fine. So if you're on your right arm, you got your right knee down and your left foot on the ground. 15 more seconds, and then we're going to rest. 3, 2, 1. Okay, rest. And then we'll repeat. So we got 30 seconds to rest. Stretch if you want to a little bit. "15 seconds, and then we'll repeat. All right. 3, 2, 1. More jumping jacks. Ten more seconds. And forward plank. So again, on your hands if you want, or on your forearms, just forward plank. Ten more seconds. Taking breaks as you need to, just getting warm here. 3, 2, 1. Side plank. Nice job, nice job. 10 more seconds. Again, taking little breaks if you need to. 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. 2, 1. Okay, rest 30 seconds. Again, stretching if you need to. All right, 10 more seconds and then we'll repeat. Oh no. Ready, set, jumping jacks. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Forward plank. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Side plank. Great work, great work. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest, and we'll do one more set. So 30 seconds to rest, and then one more time through. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, go! Jumping jacks. Three, 2, 1. Forward plank. Three, 2, 1. Side plank. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, so grab that sip of water if you want, shake it out a little bit, and maybe find your item or your weight. And again, preferably we're going to use an item or a weight that you can hold in one hand, and maybe even two. If you have two, that's great too, but we'll make it work with whatever you have. And so the first movement that we're going to be doing is a kneeling Arnold press. So you're going to be in a kneeling position like the bottom of your lunge. And so this would be like if you only have one item that's heavy that you can't hold in one hand, then you could just use both hands and press up overhead. That's fine. And so for those of you who do have that one hand item, also I'm going to demonstrate this with my left hand to start. We're going to have your dumbbell, your water bottle, whatever it is, you're going to hold it so that your palm is facing your body. And then we're going to press up overhead so that your palm is now facing away from your body. And as you're pressing in this kneeling position, we don't want to be rocking around too much, so really focus on squeezing your glutes, squeezing your core, keeping your rib cage pulled to your pelvis. And then again, in the bottom position, that palm is going to face you. And at the top, your palm is going to face out. So we're getting this nice rotation through your shoulder as you press. And you're going to do like between 5 and 10 reps, depending on how heavy your weight is. Right? If it's not very heavy, you can do 10. If it's really heavy, maybe more like 5. And just try to keep slow and steady with each of your reps. And you should feel, again, your shoulder kind of rotating through your socket as you press. And again, if you've just got a one-hand item, then you're not really going to get that rotation, but you can still just press with both hands. And then when you've finished that one side, we're going to switch where your kneeling is at. So we'll be kneeling with the other leg so that, again, we're always pressing from the side where your knee is down. And then again, palm towards you, pressing up, rotating, palm facing away from you. And again, pick the number of reps that make sense and do the same amount of reps on each arm. Even though you may feel imbalanced, one arm may feel stronger than the other, try to do the same amount of reps on both sides. Don't just try, do the same amount of reps on both sides, even if you got to take a little rest. Squeezing that core, squeezing your glutes, not rocking back and forth too much. Yeah, good job, everybody. All right, and I did 8 per side. And the next move, we've done this one before, where you'll be flat, feet on the ground, and you're going to be laying back on the ground. You're going to have your dumbbell in one hand again if you can, and then you're going to pop your hips up into the air as high as you can by squeezing your glutes, and you're going to press up over your body, and then bring it down nice and slow. And then for this one, you can add a little twist at the top too, but this way the dumbbell's just going to be like parallel to your shoulders at the top. And then as you bring it down, it's going to be parallel to your spine or perpendicular to your shoulders. So you're kind of just getting a little 90-degree rotation as you press and do your glute bridge press. And we'll do the same thing, like pick a number between 5 and 10 that makes sense to you and repeat it on both sides. And if you've only got something you can hold with 2 hands, this is great. But again, one hand if you can. Picking a number between 5 and 10 that makes sense to you. Getting that little 90-degree rotation at the top. And then switch and do the same amount on the other side. And then you won't need your weights for the next movement, so you can set those aside. But this may be where you might want to have something like a chair or a bench or even the wall. But what we're going to do now is a negative push-up, and so what that means is we're just going to do the part on the way down. So you're just going to lower yourself to the ground as slowly as you can. So starting in the plank position, if you're going to be doing these on the floor, and keeping your hips and your shoulders in line as you lower yourself to the ground as slowly as possible. And then once you hit the ground, it doesn't really matter how you get back up to your plank. You know, you can like sit for a second, shake it out, and then get back to that plank, and then again lowering as slowly as possible. And if it's really hard to lower slowly to the ground, that's where it can be helpful to have, like, I don't know, this couch, for example. And so it's just a little bit higher, and so it's a little bit easier to control my descent all the way down, and then I can still kind of stand up and get back to my starting position. So you're never actually doing a push-up, you're just lowering down. And we're going to do 6 of those. Nice job. These are tough. All right, nice work, everybody. And then we'll come back to the beginning. So the kneeling Arnold press, which was pressing from the kneeling leg. So that knee that's down is going to be the arm you start with. Palm towards you at the bottom, palm away from you at the top. So you get more of like a 180 twist on this one. Nice, and stay nice and in control. You don't want to let that dumbbell fall back down to your shoulder. Make sure you're lowering it down. The dumbbell's not in charge, you're in charge. And if you're kind of moving at a different pace, that's totally great. You can take your time or move ahead if you need. The glute bridges next, and then the negative push-ups. But we're going to try to get in 3 rounds-ish. And so the glute bridge press was next. And remember, your hips go up high, squeezing your butt, and then popping that dumbbell up over your chest and give it that 90-degree twist at the top. Nice and slow and in control here too. You're always in charge of where that dumbbell's at. And again, you choose how many you want, like somewhere between 5 and 10 per side. And when you're ready, you can move on to the negative push-ups. 6-ish reps for those. that and grab some water and take sips when you need. But I'm going to do one more round. Starting with the kneeling Arnold press. Thanks, Arnold. And the glute bridge is next. And then the negative push-ups. All right, so we'll take like 2 more minutes to finish up and or rest. So if you want to do some more work, you can. If you want to just soak up some rest, that's great too. All right, so as you're finishing up and resting, I'll go over what is next. And so for the next part, the format is going to be like a little bit interesting. So I'm first going to go over the different movements that we'll be doing, and then I'll go over the format. And of course, I'm going to narrate you through the next part too, so you don't need to memorize anything. But first, we'll just kind of go over these movements so you can have a chance to feel comfortable with them before we get started. So the first one is going to be everyone's favorite, renegade row. And so the renegade row is a push-up plus a row on each arm. And so you can have your weight next to you. And again, you can do these push-ups on your knees if you want to, and just do your push-up. And then you're going to pull that weight up to your chest, and then you're going to set it down by your other hand so you can pull it up with the other side. And that would be 1. And again, it's okay to be doing these in the plank as well. So you'd be doing your push-up, and then pulling that weight up to your chest, and then switching for that other hand to pull it up to your chest. And so now we just did 2 reps. So those are the Renegade Row. Really fun stuff there with those. And so if you want to, practice a couple, that's fine. Or if you're like, yeah, I know what those are, I'll do it as few as I need to. So you don't need to practice them if you don't want to, but if you want to start to feel comfortable with it, you can try a couple on your own. And then the next move that we're going to do, another one we're super familiar with, the up down. So just into the plank position and then back up to standing. And so you can walk like that, just stepping back and stepping back up. Or you can hop back into a plank and then hop back up to standing. Either way is fine. But those are our up downs. So we got Renegade rows, we got up downs, and we got 2 more movements for the next part. The next one's going to be a hang clean. And so you can do this with your same weight if you want to. Just a little dip in your hips, dropping the weight down so it's just kind of right above your knees. And then you're going to shrug, you're going to power your hips through fast and catch it in this front rack position. And so again, jump, shrug, catch in the front rack. And this is where, like, if you have a little bit of a heavier item or if you have a second weight, you could totally make these a little bit more heavy than your Ren rows if you want. But you also have a chance to just do more reps if it feels light. So you don't need to necessarily add more weight if you don't have it. You can just use a nice light weight for the hang cleans today. That's totally fine. Because we're going to do a few if you want. So Renegade rows, up downs, hang cleans, and then the last one is going to be a weighted sit-up plus press. I know, what the heck? So you're going to have your weight pinned to your chest. You'll do your sit-up. And then as you come up, you're going to grab your weight and you're going to press up overhead. And then up and back to your chest. Sit up, press. Sit up, press. Okay, so those are our 4 movements. Does anyone want a clarification or a modification on any of those? Renegade row, up, down, hang clean, or sit up plus press? Maybe later. Okay, and so what we're going to do is the first 3 minutes, you're just going to do as many Renegade rows as you can. So we're going to have 3 minutes Renegade rows. And that was the push up, pull, pull. I know, yuck. And then we're going to rest after that for 1 minute. So you can just kind of get your Renegade rows, find a nice pace, just go for 3 minutes, and then we're going to rest. After that, we're going to do every minute on the minute. I know, I'm getting fancy here. So we're going to do AMRAP, rest 1 minute, and then we're going to do EMOM, up downs for 1 minute, and then the next minute will be hang cleans, and then the next minute will be sit up plus press. And so for those minutes, you get to decide how much work you want to do, how much rest you want to do. There's not going to be any prescribed like work and rest period. So like the first minute is just up downs. Maybe you want to like do 5, take a 10-second break, do 5, take a 10-second break. Or maybe you just want to see how many you can do for that whole minute, rest the last like 5 seconds before we transition into hang cleans. The second minute, same thing. Hang cleans just for that minute. Do 5, rest a little bit, do 5, rest a little bit, or maybe just as many as you can for 30 seconds, rest 5 seconds. You can decide how you want to do that. And then we'll go into the third minute, which is going to be sit-ups plus press. And so again, same thing. You can just kind of cruise for the whole minute. You can do some and then rest, pacing it however you want. The EMOM part we're going to do 3 times. So it'll also kind of be like 3 minutes of each of those things, but we're going to mix it up as we go. So it'll be up, down, hang, clean, sit up, down, hang, clean, sit up, down, hang, clean, sit up. We're going to rest 1 minute again, and then we're going to do the Renegade row all over again to finish it. So basically we're just going to have a 9-minute, every minute on the minute sandwich with the Renegade rows on either side. And so again, if that was confusing, you're not quite with it, like, again, I'm going to be telling you what we're doing every minute, but at the same time giving you just kind of like a place to start so you kind of know what to expect as we go for the next, this will take 17 minutes. Oh my gosh, perfect timing. So yeah, There is a minute here for like questions and stuff. Like, don't have to feel like there's no time for your question, or if you need a modification or anything like that, you can shout at me. Otherwise, find the weight, and we're going to start with the renegade row. So get yourself prepared and probably start in the next like 30 seconds. Again, questions, please yell at me if you have them. I'm going to use this clock because it's easier for me to see. Oh, well, okay. Okay, no questions? All right. We'll start in 10 seconds. And so it starts with 3 minutes of Ren rows. Woof. And again, put those knees down if you need to. 2, 1, go! That's 1 minute. Halfway. One more minute. One more minute. Great job, everybody. More seconds. Thanks for the music, whoever you are. I like this song. Three, 2, 1, rest. 1 minute rest. More seconds to rest. And we're going to start with up downs. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Up downs. seconds for up downs. 10. 3, 2, 1. Hang cleans. 10 seconds. And we'll do sit up next plus press. 3, 2, 1, go. More seconds, and we're going to go right back to up downs. 3, 2, 1, up downs. Seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hang cleans. Halfway. Seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit up plus press. Halfway. seconds. One more round of this. Back to the up downs, then we'll rest after this round. 3, 2, 1, go. Halfway. Seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hang cleans. Halfway. Seconds. 3, 2, 1. Sit up plus press. After this minute, we rest. Halfway. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. 1 minute to rest. We're going to rest 1 minute. And then we just have to do those stupid run rows one more time. "45 more seconds to rest. So I'll do 3 more minutes of run rows and then we rest for the rest of the day. Or you have a lot of stuff to do, you busy people. Go to work and do lots of work today. Bye. You can do them later. Bye. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Last 3 minutes. Nice work. We're halfway. One more minute. Nice job. More seconds. Three, two, one. Rest. The end. Maybe stretch out your arms. Maybe some big arm swings can help. Yeah,